In the 90s, Joe Bolcom served on the Johnson County Board of Supervisors, but since 1999, he's served as a Democratic state senator. Now, because he's a Democrat, it means he's having little say on legislation that's been happening up there lately. And he says he's kind of worn out by the politics of the state house. He's thankful for things like expanding the earned income tax credit since he's been there and the mental health system. But with his 65th birthday hitting last summer, he's looking forward to retirement.
It comes a point where you see the need to step aside and let younger people with more energy than I currently have to move the ball.
You're still out running. You got plenty of energy still.
Grand Blue Miles coming up.
Exactly. It's right. What is the end of this session like? Nobody quite knows when the finish line arrives.
Yeah.
As a member of the minority, when you're looking at it's now down to the House Republican leaders, the Senate Republican leaders, and the Republican governor. So what's your party's role? What's your role?
Well, I think we're trying to help end the session, and we're going to be cooperative with the majority party to try and do our part to end the session, point out where we still have problems with what they're doing, of course. But there's a whole bunch of policy bills that the House and Senate Republicans don't agree on, and then there's the budget. I think we're closer on the budget, maybe $70 million apart on the budget. The House wants to spend a little bit more money than the Senate Republicans and the governor. I think the money can be worked out. I think the policy differences on things like vouchers and the bottle bill and ethanol are preventing us from getting to the finish.
Is it funny for you to hear yourself say basically we're only $70 million apart when you look at the kid you were when you started as a member of the legislature, but now you're dealing with an $8+ billion budget, right?
Yeah, I mean, $70 million is a lot of money. It's pencil dust plus two, but it's in the scheme of an $8 billion budget, a $2 billion surplus. Governor's gotten more than $2.5 billion in federal pandemic relief money. $70 million is not
with more coming.
Yeah, and so we have them in a $1.8 billion tax cut. Figuring out how to cut the difference on $70 million in spending is not a big deal. It could happen in an afternoon.
So as you've been there over the years, so you've watched particularly the last handful of years, your party has lost seats in both chambers.
Yeah.
What's behind that?
Well, I think the Trump effect, Trump has, I think, poisoned the landscape in a lot of ways for Democrats with kind of the divisive culture war politics that every issue is an outrage and everybody's angry about everything all the time. And I think it's been bad for Democrats, particularly in rural parts of Iowa, where we used to have a lot of Democrats representing rural Iowa, and I think.
But you all were losing seats before Trump came around.
Not so dramatically. I mean, in 2016, the 2016 election when Trump came in, we lost 6 Senate Democrats, for example, people that had been reelected before, people that had worked really hard in their rural, urban kinds of districts and urban or rural districts, and people liked, and they lost by sizable margins. And so, the country's turned a little bit in that regard in terms of this, everything's a culture war issue, and we haven't done well in fighting back on those issues.
But why is that? So you all have been very critical of some of these culture type issues Republicans have championed here, but they've been gaining in popularity, not shrinking. So does that show that they are in line with what many Iowans want?
Well, I think they've distracted people with the culture war stuff. I mean, with race and with anti-trans, anti-gay, LGBT issues. I mean, they find scapegoats and they drive people's attention to those scapegoats. And we haven't done a good, as we work to fund the schools and fight the pandemic, and well, the pandemic is another example of kind of division, right? We have this incredible disease hit our country, and we're going to fight it. We're going to take it to the politics and just fight about it as people, we've had 9,500 people die in Iowa, right? So, I think we've got to get out. We've got to try and re-engage people in small communities in rural Iowa, and that's, I think, going there, listening to people's concerns, and having having a straightforward conversation about how we can move forward to address concerns of people that live in small communities and in rural places. I don't think Democrats are against rural people. We want to keep your school open in rural Iowa. We want to support your health care providers. We want to make sure there's job opportunities. I mean, I think our agenda supports what people need, but we just haven't been able to make a case as we've kind of tried to fight off kind of this anger-based culture war stuff.
Okay, take the D and the R out of this. You've
Yeah.
been around long enough that you see trends, both good and bad, in our state. Going forward, what do you see as our most pressing problem as a state in need of a solution?
Yeah, I mean, I think Iowa, we're about education, right? I mean, it's the one thing when you talk to people that are Iowans that move away and come back, they come back so they can educate their kids here. And I'm concerned about just the impact of the pandemic and kind of the culture war stuff that has shifted to the K-12 school around library books and trans girls playing sports and teachers having to put their syllabus for the next 9 months online today and no changes to it, that we are going to have a substantial shortage of teachers. We're going to see tons of early retirements, people frustrated, feeling disrespected in the classroom. And I think once we lose what edge we have with our public schools, it's going to be really hard to regain that. And I think that is maybe one of the top issues that the legislature and the state are going to deal with, is how do we bring respect back to educators and what goes on in classrooms and the support of our kids. Our kids need more support than ever with mental health issues, with learning issues, and we need a much more rigorous approach to supporting, funding, and respecting educators who we rely on to educate us and make our state prosperous.
You've very much been focused on climate. What will your post-Senate life be?
Yeah, yeah, good question. I'm going to continue to be involved in stuff. I haven't really figured that out yet. I'm retiring at the end of this calendar year, so 2023. I hope there'll be some opportunities. But we have
You're
work.
not an old man yet.
Well,
Still got
I'm
some
old.
life in you.
We've got work to do. I mean, Iowa's going to get hotter and wetter. You know, the climate stuff is going to get really dicey between now and mid-century, which, by the way, is not very long from now, mid-century. We've got to help Iowa agriculture button it up. I mean, we've got to do more to protect our soils, protect our water, and there's work to do. We've done a few good things with watershed management authorities, the creation of the Iowa Flood Center to help adapt to what we see by way of these extreme events. The derechos we've had unprecedented. We've got work to do, and we've got more to do on the renewable energy side.
Now, he's back in a bit with an optimistic prediction. But first, the president's return to Iowa for the first time since the 2020 election and his praise for an Iowan who will be on this year's Election Day ballot.